Hey, I'm glad everyone made it through the last couple episodes. If you have, I really appreciate it. And as a treat for you, I've got the majority of the dungeon I was scared of. And I said scared before, but I technically mean anxiety. Like, tank anxiety. It's kind of rough going into something as a tank and leading the charge as a novice. It's just a little bit of me was just, I wasn't feeling it. So I didn't want to lead the party until I felt a little better. So, a day or two afterwards, I came back and did it. This was one of the first dungeons that was super huge, and I mean, like, the map was just huge. So I had that little bit of anxiety, but I quickly got out of it after the first boss. And I have to say, I've noticed the dungeons so far have all had a pattern of 3 bosses, where it was 2 typical starter bosses and then a main boss at the end, which led to the end of the dungeon. I like that style. It lets you lead up and you can see a lot more cool factors that they've been working on. Without further ado, let's get into it, and then I will talk about the rest after. Hello. I'm new to this. Add members. Oh, 1 person left. I'm not gonna lie, I'm lost. Forgetting all my R buttons. And I'm not zoomed out. This isn't too bad. Nice. Pass. Read the ring. I think I missed what the flows are other than just teleportations. We beat up the eyeball and it goes in. They're calling its master. Oh, that ain't creepy. I've killed one of you already. Nice. Let's go. Oh, that's a sound. Oh, I looked at her in the wrong way, didn't I? I'm literally just gonna stand here. Oh, I didn't get out of that AoE quick enough. Not bad. What is that creepy Halloween noise you keep making? Ah, shit. Oh, you did that perfectly. Is Anna the... Okay, you were the very friendly person. Oh, you're all disappearing. Give. So I recognize I didn't reveal too much of the plot since the last dungeon when I saved the Sliff from the Ascian there. I then went home told the Scions and they said, oh yeah, the Ascians. Yeah, why don't you go investigate the rumors we heard of a masked man? Why don't you go here and look into it more? So I did, and then I ended up doing my own questline until I got into this dungeon, which then revealed more, so I can't help but feel that now I'm going to Limbs of Lamosa now. I now have to deal with some more, probably at the next dungeon. You know, maybe another primal. Yeah, kind of after all this though, we finally started editing, and yeah, when I was editing, I spent a lot of time in the Gold Saucer, and boy do I have stuff to say about that. Man, do I wish I did not leave the Gold Saucer as early as I did. I would highly recommend, like everyone else says, to just go around and do the side missions immediately. This place is totally cosmetic and a side feature. You do not need it for the MSQ. However, saying that, I now see why people would do. This place is full of events and side content that you could just do for fun and earn a third brand of currency that is only for this one location. And what you use that currency on is a couple vendors that will get you anywhere from cosmetics for your armor, weapon, hairstyles. Main features wise, in my opinion, you could get mounts and minions, as well as emotes, which everyone loves to have. At the time before, when I was watching videos, it was said that the Cactar mount was one of the highest purchables that you could have here. However, now, during the latest patch, there are more that you could acquire here. And one of those said things I want to get my hands on. So I decided I would pause on my playthrough and edit. And at the same time, I would be getting currency for this mount that I wanted. However, during that trial period, I saw a lot of people emoting with the bee's knees, and it turns out it's a really used feature. So I said, screw it, I'm buying the bee's knees. I want to fit in, I want to be cool. But beyond that, yes, this place is totally cosmetically fun. I spent 2 hours trying to learn Mahjong. I haven't really touched chocobo racing, but I did the training. And every event cycles randomly, anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes. But it's nice because the site of the location is very small and you have either the Crystal Transportation Network or you could go to anyone labeled as a gatekeeper and travel from them to the next latest event that will occur. The events themselves, I get it now. The Leap of Faith is such a trial run for everyone to suffer through. It is probably the worst thing to do here. And it is just platforming. Not only that, most of the events here, you will have to get certain prerequisites in order to achieve the achievements/titles. For example, you must get a Gilded Cactar, which is only at the end of the said event. Or if you're doing something like Air Force One and get a perfect score, which my first run I didn't do. Many of the other events also have their own achievements, but my god, those are just RNG. There is one such event which occurs where a boss teleports unseen, and when he appears, just knocks you off the board. So that's total RNG there. I don't know how you're gonna win that without sheer luck. But everything here, half of it turns into duties that you could just find on Duty Finder, and it's not required. This is all for fun, all for S's and G's. And honestly, you could get around doing a lot of this stuff and just acquiring the mounts and the emotes, which I think are the top two that I see the most. I'm really just wanting that mount because it's new enough that a lot of people do not have it, and I want to acquire something rare and valuable that no one else will have. Ergo, I would highly recommend that you come here because when you first arrive, you do the standard sightseeing quests and then you will receive a voucher, which will be your first $100 here. And that is the bare minimum you will need to play anything here. All the events are free to enter. All the side things are give and take. You could literally walk in here, do a fashion show, and probably get some currency that will also just be easy once a week thing to do. But with that $100, you could easily do their Scratcher mini Cactar lotteries at the entrance. Do 3 a day, and that will honestly generate you more than the $100 that you would have had. So even if you don't want to be here, I just say show up whenever you can, do the Scratchers, and then leave. It'll amount to something in the long run when you actually want those emotes or mounts in the future without the hassle of Leap of Faith or or any other events. I would have to give the Gold Saucer a high rating. It is nice, it is paced, it is very taxing though to sit around for 10 plus minutes, which is why I find it perfect so that I could sit down while doing this and edit on the side. Granted, I can't edit fast enough because I'm distracted by all the Leap of Faith. Oh, I almost forgot to say this, but man, the community in this game really shows when you're at the Gold Saucer. I ran into so many helpful people that helped point out the posing, which I'll likely reference in the next video that I do. And they're, for the love of God, there's this group that's the free company Hawks. They show up on my server, it sounds like every Saturday for the lottery reveal. And they'll show up an hour ahead of schedule, hold a concert for the entire wait time. And the time I showed up, they were also doing a raffle contest on the side for free minions and shit. It was amazing. I saw such a great community, and the songs they were playing were like, I'm sure 1 or 2 was custom, but I came into them playing in the Dragon Force song. What was it? Wind and Fire or something? God, I'm losing it. They also played like Journey, Evanescence, Linkin Park. Oh God, what else was there? There was so many because it was an hour long. And it might not have sounded perfect, but yet they had one man band playing all these songs. And at the very end, they showed up with like an 8-person band and they all just came together and played on the side. It was amazing. The fact that people show up in the hundreds, that it breaks the server in the sense of you can't see beyond 20 feet and every spot is full of someone. It was so crowded. Oh, I love the game. So if you were wondering why I felt so pressured over the last couple days, well, my editing took over when I ran out of my 30 days that I had from purchasing this game as a starter. And because I ran out of time, I decided instead of returning to this game, I will just start editing and catching up on all the things I need to do. Having said that, I also registered that I need to heavily modify my audio settings. So I have gone through OBS and I have fixed everything, so not all audio is on 3 tracks that I had. I can now hopefully edit both Drake and my music and separate them into their own categories, as well as change the audio in the game to a more preferred one that I noticed online. Someone posted, thank you. Hopefully now all the sounds in battle as well as the effects of the stage fighting is not going to overtake my own voice during such events. I also just blast everything at 100 volume and I'm changing that slowly over all my games. This style and format that I've been using is not something I wish to do in the far future, but I understand how this game is. Everyone's story is different and they want to rush to the end just so they can get to the fancy content. A lot of story though, you don't understand is that's the setup for all the lore and everything needs a backbone, a backdrop if you would. So everyone who enjoys the endgame content, sure, but you don't have any of that rich story without the beginning. So I'm just pacing myself and enjoying it as I would a book or a movie. I'd rather get the world fleshed out more so that I could actually care about why I'm fighting the main villains at the end. And I understand the Realm Reborn is probably the worst, but in my opinion of it, it's not that terrible. It's actually fairly good. I do poke fun at it, but that's because I'm a sarcastic bitch and I like to do that. I hope everyone can survive this quick flashy editing that I'm doing, but once I finish with A Realm Reborn, or if I actually get to content that feels like you want reactions to, I will definitely slow down. And there's also going to be large gaps like this Gold Saucer that I'm just going to be doing on the side and not recording. If anyone else wants to join me in this, so to speak, you could just high-five me or whatever at the Gold Saucer, as I'll probably spend most of my days there while I'm editing footage. And I don't want to edit it as I currently am, but I'll eventually get better / to a point where I put a lot more effort into making it crispier. I know I don't bring the high vibe energy everyone enjoys, but I come from work and I'll maybe plug in a couple hours a day on this, and then come Friday, Saturday, I actually enjoy playing hours because I have the place to myself and there's nothing bothering me. I don't want to make this game run my life. I have seen many a streamer crash hard after 2 to 3 years, but then again, they're streaming and that's their job, is playing this game constantly. I'm gonna have a measured pace control of this and I will play it the way I like to play it. I hope everyone else has a good time. Please excuse me and a giant leap of absence, as I am likely going to Gold Saucer for a while. And beyond that, I need to fix all my audio, so it'll take me a minute before I record again. I think I already said it, but my recording, I'm a one-take man. Everyone have a good day. I will see you on the next episode. Goodbye.
Thank you.